What's up, you guys? This is Shay and welcome back to my channel. Today on my channel I'm going to be discussing RN school versus LVN school. Okay, I get a lot of people asking me, do I regret going to LVN school before RN school and this and that. So I want to just discuss that. If you guys are new to my channel, welcome. On my channel I discuss beauty, fashion, nursing, trying hauls, scrub hauls, just a variety of a bunch of different things. If you guys are interested in what my channel has to offer, please go on and hit that subscribe button down below, as well as the bell notification to be notified whenever I post a new video. So let's get right into it. Okay, a lot of people ask me, why did you go to LVN school? Do you regret going to LVN school over RN school? The short answer is no. And the reason why I say that is because, first of all, I'm able still now to provide a good living for my son and for my family. I'm not struggling. Of course, it's a little hectic going to school and working and doing all of this, but it is well worth it. Okay. Basically, LVN school, it was hard. I feel like LVN at that time I was like, oh my god, LVN school is like the hardest thing ever. I feel like because you are going in there with no knowledge at all of nursing or anything, right? Which would be the same thing if you was to get into an RN program and not know anything, right? It's really hard. One thing that I can say that is a benefit for me being an LVN going to RN school is because I already have the knowledge. Not only is the fact that I have the knowledge, it also cut down some of my time on schooling. So if I would have just went into my BSN program, I would have went in there having to go to school for what, like 32 months, 32 to 37 months. I'm not sure. It varies from different schools. But for me, I only have to go to school for what, less than 2 years. I think I'm finishing in like 18 or 19 months because I have my license. Um, Also, some of the stuff that you learn inside the program, you kind of aware of it already. Of course, we're not actually like pushing IV medication, doing things like that, or certain assessments. I didn't, I'm learning still, but I did go in with a little bit of knowledge, which was a hands up for me. It was good. I'm sorry, you guys. This is just a little side note. I noticed that some student I noticed that you have your different students in school, right? So you have the students that's there, like you want to learn. You LVN, you knowledgeable, you want to learn. You're not tripping, like you there to learn. You're not there to like brag about what you are. You let them know that you've been an LVN for this amount of years. Any of that, you just there to learn, to be helpful if people need help. You just want to go to school to pursue your career because this is your passion. You have that student. You have the student that's coming into the program, no knowledge, no nursing background at all, and they be doing extra. They want to, like, whatever you're learning, they got to do extra. They got to answer all the questions. They got to do this and that. They got to go above and beyond just because they got to prove that they know whatever, because they coming in with no knowledge. I find that, like, I see that a lot. The ones that come in with no knowledge, they be smart because they reading a book, like hella, they're really really reading a book, but they be trying to do too much. Then last but not least, you have your hella like super LVNs that been an LVN for X amount of years, 9, 10 years, 8 years. They want to let you know. I had a a classmate, she had to let us know all the time, I've been an LVN for 8, 9 years, and such a boo. It's different. I don't care if you go into the school and you have knowledge and you've been at LVN for this amount of years. You have to change your way of thinking, because what they're going to teach you in the school is going to be book wise, not what you learned inside the facility you worked at or the hospital you worked at. So I think that people need to come into the program, whether they have a license or not. You need to come in just open, willing to learn. Like, that's the only thing. It really irks me because I feel like people, even if you've been a RN for X amount of years, you do not know every damn thing. Things that the health field is changing all the time. Medications are changing all the time. the way that science is changing all the time. All this stuff is changing, boo. You cannot stay up all the time. You cannot know all this stuff. It's some stuff that you have to learn. Just and if you know it, okay, you can answer, but you do not have to act like you better or that you have to go above and beyond or keep on telling us what you have and what you don't have. I please, you just holding a class. I'm sorry. I just have to say that because you're gonna get that in school. But anyways, with the LVN program, I did think that that was like the hardest program ever. I really did. But once I just want to let you know, LVN program is hard. Um, but basically, you just gonna be learning about medic. You gonna stop at the medications, injections, and starting IVs. Really, when you get over to the RN program, it's super in depth. It's research. You have to do research, a lot of group projects. It's not just surface things. You know, LVN school, it was like you would get down into it, but it's kind of pretty surface. When you go into this RN program, it's not just surface. You have to really dig deep down. You have to really explain these diagnoses, explain these medications, explain why you're giving them, explain what help mean, what different departments you need, explain the diagnostic tests, explain the assessments that you give in, explain the exemplars. It's not just simple. I was thinking like if I was to go into, I was thinking when I was going to go into this program that was going to be not as hard, but I think that this program is literally the hardest thing that I've ever done. I had nights, I thought I had nights when I cried with LVN school, but it just does not compare. I feel like when you go to RN school, you have to be prepared. You have to be mentally prepared. And with the program mostly being online, you have to be prepared to know that it's going to be times that you're going to be stressed out because the professor isn't answering your questions quickly, but you have to stay focused. You have to know that um, you may not be able to kick it with your friends, go out all the time, do all of this. You may not um, be able to, have time for your friends like you used to, but that's okay. It's all going to pay off because the longer that you take, do you know that um, it was the same thing in LVN school? You have to make a B. On my assignments, you have to get an 80%. If you don't, you have to do remediation for those assignments, okay? Like in LVN school, if you do just do assignments, you get kind of like a low grade. It's okay long as you end your term with a B or higher. No, in my BSN program, on your assignments, you need to get 80%. If you don't get 80%, you have to do remediation on those assignments. It's no joke. RN school is no joke. To learn about the different, my thing that I was so scared about was IVs. That terrified the shit out of me. Okay, it terrified me because um, I was like, I, I, I really didn't know the different type of IVs, and it just made me afraid. I'll be afraid about the most randomest things ever, but that's what made me pretty nervous. But going through the program, actually seeing it in person in a labor and delivery clinicals, it made me more at ease. Okay, so you got to learn these different things, the medications that go certain ways. Does this medication, do you give this bolus, do you give it piggyback? It's like a lot to it. So that's why I'm like, just stay focused. But I feel like if going straight into an RN program isn't the right thing for you at the time, do your LVN. That's fine. You can still work at different places with LVNs. A lot of people be like, they not hiring LVNs. I have a job at a pretty good hospital. I'm doing really good. So I feel like LVNs are nurses as well. So I don't want you to think that if, say for instance, if the RN program is not for you right then and there, it's not. I feel like you're not gonna lose that much time just because you did your LVN. That's gonna cut off some of your time once you go to RN school. So I know a lot of people say go straight into the RN program, and I push that too. Go straight into the RN program. But if it's something that you can do, you can't do it. You have to really do it, and then sometimes you need to go to another school, maybe going to CNA and then going to LVN just to see if you like it. What about if you spend thousands of dollars? Because going to RN school is not cheap. What about if you spend all this amount of money and you realize nursing isn't for you? So you have to think about what's best for you. So yeah. So you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, comments, anything, please go ahead and comment down below, as well as send me an email, anything. Whatever you need, let me know. I'm here. I want us to, win. I want everybody to win. I want everybody to pursue their dreams. So okay, you guys, thank you for checking out my video. Peace out.